Damien Chazelle's Whiplash can be seen as a story about artistic excellence, but viewed through Arthur Schopenhauer's philosophy, it becomes a study in the destructive nature of ambition. When applied to Andrew Newman's artistic journey, Schopenhauer's theory reveals Whiplash not as a heroic tale, but as a tragedy of self-subjugation. Careful, spoilers ahead! Schopenhauer argues that human striving is driven by the will, a blind, irrational force that compels us to desire endlessly. Ambition, in his view, is not a noble pursuit, but one of the most insidious expressions of this will, condemning us to restlessness, obsession, and suffering. Andrew Newman gradually embodies this obsessive idea of ambition. From the moment he first encounters Terence Fletcher, the film establishes ambition as a force that isolates. Andrew's practice sessions, bloody, solitary, repetitive, are cinematic illustrations of Schopenhauer's cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Every milestone he reaches disintegrates instantly into a new lack. Earning a spot in the studio band only intensifies his fear of losing it. Impressing Fletcher for a moment guarantees harsher expectations in the next. Schopenhauer writes that satisfaction is merely the temporary silencing of the will, and Whiplash visualizes this truth with painful clarity. Andrew never experiences a sense of arrival. Each success is a momentary reprieve before the will forces him further onward. Fletcher's role deepens the Schopenhauerian reading. Though often interpreted as a sadistic mentor, Fletcher can also be seen as the external avatar of Andrew's internal will. He pushes, insults, and manipulates not simply to produce greatness, but to keep ambition constantly inflamed. His notorious "not quite my tempo" sequence illustrates how the will torments the individual. Andrew is made to repeat the same bars again and again in a frenzy of frustration and self-hatred. Fletcher doesn't implant ambition in Andrew, he amplifies what is already there, ensuring that Andrew's identity becomes wholly absorbed into striving. In Schopenhauer's terms, Andrew ceases to be a subject with a will, he becomes a mere instrument through which the will operates. The film also shows how ambition devours the personal world of the individual. Andrew's breakup with Nicole exemplifies Schopenhauer's claim that ambition narrows one's view until everything unrelated to the object of desire becomes an obstacle. His relationship deteriorates, his family life grows strained, and even his physical body is sacrificed to practice. The infamous car crash scene captures this perfectly. Andrew, bleeding and disoriented, drags himself onto the stage, compelled not by reason or dignity, but by the irrational force of ambition. The will demands performance, even when the self is collapsing. The final scene is where Whiplash most fully embraces Schopenhauer pessimism. Though often interpreted as a triumphant breakthrough, the sequence reads differently when understood through the will's logic. Andrew's manic drumming, his refusal to leave the stage, and the feverish exchange of glances between him and Fletcher all indicate a complete surrender to ambition. The camera's tight focus on Andrew's face shows not joy, but a kind of ecstatic trance. This is the will triumphant. Andrew has sacrificed his relationships, his health, his autonomy, everything, and yet finds only the temporary intensity of striving. When the cymbal crashes at the film's close, the silence that follows is not fulfillment, but the brief pause before the will demands its next conquest. Thus, Whiplash becomes a powerful cinematic embodiment of Schopenhauer's insight that ambition is inherently tragic. Far from celebrating artistic greatness, the film exposes the cost of chasing it. Andrew's victory is the final confirmation that he is trapped in the will's endless cycle, a cycle that promises transcendence but delivers only deeper enslavement. The film suggests that what society applauds as greatness may in fact be the spectacle of a human being consumed by the very force that drives him forward. In this light, Whiplash aligns seamlessly with Schopenhauer. Ambition does not elevate the individual, it destroys him, even as it dazzles the world. Thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you want to keep track of other videos. Don't hesitate to leave a comment or to contact me if you want to know more. See you next time!